Ahoy, Morning Breathers. Welcome to Thursday's edition of the Morning Breath.
Greta coughs. She wasn't prepared.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that.
Well, she's got some kind of mogo juice in your
Got my
jug.
juice in my cup. Mama needs coffee.
Uh-huh.
I'm ready. I haven't drank it yet, clearly. So
Clearly. Welcome to Morning Breath.
like an loogie. Yeah.
We had to clear our throats, too. Peter's the only one he's pretty quiet and
I've had a slow morning.
slow morning.
Slow morning.
I think Peter would be the first to admit that this is not his favorite time of day.
No,
It will become your favorite part of the day.
I agree.
we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll
We
see.
will
You're
see.
still judging.
Not today.
Give it a year. Give it a year. I was just thinking. So we're joined in studio, of course, by super producer Peter. And ahoy, Peter.
Ahoy.
I like it. Using more ahoys?
A little bit more.
Yeah, I think it's important that we all use that more often.
Well, like he said, I think yesterday, he says, well, I used it 0 times before, so if I use it once, it's more.
Good point. Good point.
But it takes a reminder.
It does.
It takes a reminder.
And we're doing it for Xander.
It's all in Xander's name.
Yep.
We're bringing him back. He got screwed out of that.
He kind of did.
Yeah, I know he made the foam, but
But, you know.
But
Boss Man Matt's here.
Ahoy, Skipper.
Ahoy to you, my lad. And of course,
Lad. I haven't been called lad in a
lad.
really long time. I'm the oldest lad you know.
Well, I'm the oldest guy in the room. So
I'm not offended. It's just haven't been called that in a while.
you whippersnapper.
Whippersnapper.
And of course, we have the glorious Greta this morning. Good morning.
Ahoy.
Ahoy.
ahoy. Good morning.
Ahoy and good morning. We have Jimmy and Jeff. And Nick's in.
Cindy and Nikki G.
Nick just waking up now.
Yeah,
Used to it.
see, we got Nikki going on it. He wasn't
necessarily a morning
person either, but now here he is joining us almost every week.
Engineered to be up at this
We
time.
could make you.
You can do it.
Soon you'll be going to bed at 8 o'clock, Peter.
Well, so he's we also have basketball games and stuff that we're doing at nights. Not every night, but
Yeah, that's true. Hey, the Southeast Iowa Union is powered by KCTC.
thank you,
We
Casey.
want to thank you, Casey, and all the gang over at KCTC. Southeast Iowa Union, that is the power behind this broadcast.
Behind
and
the
everything.
Southeast Iowa Video
It's all
Network.
that crap over there,
Yes.
whatever it is.
Well,
It's a thing.
lot of wires.
It's a real thing.
it's a thing. We're streaming video, spreading our wings.
Look at us go.
Although we've been doing this it's been 2.5 years since we started doing video.
The start in the Washington Live.
Yeah, starting Washington Live.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of that. I did that show for a long time,
Yep.
and I forgot the name of it until I walked in and there's a sign. It says
Yeah,
Washington Live.
yeah. The signage I did early on, and now it's not as relevant, but whatever. And actually, we created the Southeast Iowa Video Network later, so we have Southeast Iowa Union Video Network. Anyway, nobody cares. But 2.5 years we've been doing this.
I am very interested.
Yeah, well, me and you, Tim, we'll talk about it off air because nobody else cares.
Okay.
But
Well, the four of us this morning, we're sponsored by Hy-Vee and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh.
thank you,
Thank you,
Willie.
Willie.
Thanks, Willie. Hey, there's a football game tonight.
Yes, there is. Penn State and
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Penn State is a 1.5-point dog.
Really?
Can you imagine that?
I can't.
Peter, you were not on the Notre Dame bandwagon.
I'm not.
I am because the coach is cute. So
At least you have a reason. So,
go Notre Dame.
All right, I'm gonna get right behind that because I don't know. It somehow women have this technique where they just like colors or they like things of a football team.
Yeah.
And that somehow usually works out. for them. I am now betting my household on Notre Dame to win tonight.
Wasn't there an
By the
episode
spread.
of
I know all.
of Cheers where they did like a football fantasy thing, and I don't remember who the main actress is, the lead actress's character name, but she won the league because she
Diane.
chose her picks. Diane.
yeah.
She chose her picks based on the mascot. Because
Likely.
I do that
Yep.
sometimes in March Madness brackets.
I don't
Yeah.
doubt that. I didn't see every episode of Cheers, but I don't doubt that.
Cheers is old. Is that making a comeback? I'm kind of surprised you've seen that, actually.
Yeah.
My dad really likes Cheers.
Okay.
He loves Frasier, so.
I actually watched the last episodes of Cheers, and for those that don't know, it all takes place in a bar. It's a beer bar in Boston. But
Norm!
yeah, Norm, Cliff. Anyway, the last episode of Cheers I watched in a bar in Mount Pleasant. Couldn't hear the damn thing, but
I feel like you've told us that before.
yeah, I just
Yeah.
thought that was cool.
That is cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Bar.
Did you sit at the corner?
Bar.
Huh?
Did you sit at the corner of the
Yeah,
bar?
I don't remember. I don't think so, but I don't know if I was sitting at the bar or not.
With a trench coat?
I was in the bar.
In the bar. Perfect. Perfect.
What time is the game?
6:30.
It's on a normal channel.
ESPN.
ESPN.
ESPN. I feel like it's
It's on Peacock.
7:30.
You can't watch
You
it.
can't watch it.
6:30.
6:30.
so it goes. Even that will not make
Yeah.
me get Peacock.
Yeah, it's not on Peacock, so don't.
I
I
know.
would assume it's not. But
And then the other game, the other semifinal game is tomorrow.
Yep.
Same time, same place. However, that is Texas v. Ohio State.
Yep.
The Ohio State,
the
which is
Ohio
where we
State.
kind of penned your name.
The Glorious Greta.
that is
The
true.
Glorious
The.
Greta. It's strange to me that we don't have a 1, 2, 3, or 4 seed in the semifinal.
No, all the teams that had buys.
Everybody's above 5.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
That's true.
Yeah.
yeah, because all the 1 through 4 had buys, and they all lost. It's in
It's kind of nice to
in
see
the
some
second
new
round.
teams in there.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama, I read a story. They're talking about, well, are they going to keep their coach?
After 1 year.
1 year.
Way to put the pressure on
suck.
you.
Yeah.
Who would ever want to come into that situation?
That's the same thing with like the Lakers job because I think their coach won like 40 or 50 games and then he got fired.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if you're gonna get in trouble for winning all those games, then why
Who
take
wants
the
it?
job? Yeah.
Who wants it?
Yeah, the grass isn't always greener. Look at Nebraska is a great example. Bo Pelini had consistent 9-win seasons, and they fired him because he only could win 9, and then they didn't go to a bowl game for 8 years.
It's been a rough patch for them.
Yeah. Jimmy
finding
says.
their way.
Jimmy says, "Imagine that, boss man, a bar in Mount Pleasant." Jimmy, I was at Gucci's back door, Mount Pleasant, Iowa.
Is that there
What a
still?
name.
Nope,
Never even heard of
it
that.
is not. It was
Gucci's back.
Gucci.
the
Jeez,
back
I
door.
like
You
it.
had to go into the alley. The door was in the alley. So
That's
they had a restaurant up front and a bar in the back, and so you went into the back door, into the bar.
So you didn't have to walk through. So the riffraff wouldn't have to go through the.
The restaurant, right? No, there's a separate entrance for the bar.
The riffraff.
That's a good thinking. You know, we've done a list about teen slang that's all hip, cool, and with it, right?
Yeah.
Did we do that a week ago?
We did
Yeah.
that last week. Yeah, that was you and I who did that.
Got aura points and eats, ate and eats and
Yeah.
Lulu.
Yeah.
And,
Delulu.
you know, all this stuff is so cool.
Delulu's my
I
favorite.
use
I like
this
Delulu.
most every day.
Is that right?
Have you been?
That is not correct.
Dang it.
I think I used it once last week, didn't I? Or was it earlier this week? I threw us.
Yeah, you threw one in.
I forget. I don't even remember what it was. It wasn't mewing. Anyway, I found a list, guys and ladies, that these are things that, according to the University of Michigan, have run their course, and we should never say them again.
All right.
Ever.
Okay.
Ever. Number 1, cringe. It used to pack a punch, but not. It's overstayed its welcome. Says
It's cringe.
says
Cringe.
the-
Cringe.
The cringe is cringe.
See, now that makes
exactly.
sense to me. I like that better than some of these these
like
new
cringe.
ones these kids done.
Yeah, well, it's gone.
Anyway,
Don't use it.
No more. Can't say it.
Yep.
Say it.
Remove it. Game changer. You know, once they got that new coach in, that was a game changer.
I feel like people still use that.
I feel like
Yep.
people definitely use that.
Michigan saying it's over. Stop. We're going to be the trendsetters. Right?
So they're not saying that it's dead. They're saying we should stop using it
Yeah,
because
they're
it's
like,
overused.
Its time has come for
Okay.
these 10 words
All right.
to just to end it.
They should give something else to say. Like, what's the replacement word?
Well, no, they have not.
No.
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
They just haven't. They just say, you know, I could read a lot of stuff. I don't choose to. Era.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot of words here. I don't want to take up the whole thing.
You're good.
I just want to
It's all good.
unless you're Taylor Swift, quit using the word era. You can, however, use aura.
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 Well, why isn't it O? Why is it AU? Aura.
Well,
A-U-R-A.
now you're trying to get us to explain the English language. And,
Yeah,
and that's a
just
whole
how
different.
it is. I
I
think.
don't think Gen Z made that up.
Yeah.
Or it existed.
Aura, but don't say era. It's done. He's in his fatherhood era.
Yeah, I don't use that one. So I'm not-
Dropped. Like an album used to drop.
Oh
Trend
yeah.
or
I've,
We definitely still say
I've
that.
I've said that recently.
Books,
Yeah.
music, and all kinds of unnecessary things are being dropped. Can't say dropped anymore.
We drop new episodes of
Yeah.
The Glorious Greta on Community
Thursdays.
Profile every
Sorry.
Thursday.
I'm sorry, we can't say that any longer.
Yeah, well, we're gonna.
We're gonna.
Okay, here's this one. I'm fine to let this one go. The letters I-Y-K-Y-K.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
If
What?
you know,
I mean,
you
if
know.
you know.
If you know, you know.
See, you didn't have to tell me because I knew. but no,
That's
done.
okay.
Done. No more. Can't write that out anymore. Now you just have to say it, I guess.
That seems
Sorry, not
seems-
sorry.
Sorry,
Going
not
in at
sorry.
number 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't
one
use it,
anyway.
but I've heard it.
Skibbity. Doodah.
Isn't that what
I
we-
thought that was a new one.
Yeah, I thought that was well.
Okay,
It's
the viral word resonated with the younger
Maybe-
crowd.
isn't that a
but maybe-
YouTube thing?
But
Yeah.
nobody
Is it-
cares about Skibbity toilet.
I was gonna say, isn't that the toilet thing?
I
We
don't
just
know what
talked
that
about
is.
that. It's a YouTube
Skibbity
thing.
phantom tax.
Oh yeah, we just talked
We just
about
talked
that.
about that.
Yeah, I don't.
Phantom
yeah.
Phantom tax right
I
in
say
there.
the
Phantom
phantom.
tax
That
is
was
in
a
there.
whole weird thing.
At this point, nobody even knows what it means, and it just annoys people.
It's-
Skibbity.
Yeah, it's what's his face.
So it's a new.
Twitcher,
it's
right?
a new thing, and it's over.
It's done.
And
The
it's
thing is
done.
with trends is that they go quickly.
They go quickly. Yes,
It's out.
Probably introduced a month ago, but it's
it's
gone.
done. Got to keep up.
you say it, your street's behind.
Exactly.
For God's sakes, what have we created? Coming in at number 8, 100%. I agree with you 100%.
100.
Lost man Matt.
Yeah, I think I use that occasionally. Probably still will.
Overused. No room for nuance or doubt. No. Okay, utilize. What's wrong with the word utilize? Right, like you talk. Lord, I hope you don't talk like that. I don't even know what all that stuff means. Utilize. It's just a normal
Utilize,
word.
I say that's
use
like
that
a
word.
normal
It's just
word.
a word, right?
And number 10 is period. Yeah, we understand your point. You don't have to say, Peter, Notre Dame's going to win, period. Can't say that anymore.
Period is such a great mic drop ending to
It
a
kinda-
sentence.
it
It's
is.
just like a big exclamation mark. On
I also
it.
don't. I think that's been around a long time.
I feel it has too. But Michigan says no more.
Yeah. Well, it's Michigan.
No.
Yeah. Whatever.
Go blue.
Okay.
About that?
Go blue.
Go blue.
All right.
So now we've given you
Wow.
words to use and words not to use.
Yeah.
Test will be next Monday.
I find myself using, in business, you pull the right levers and gonna reach out and do this stuff. And every time I say it, and I say it a lot actually, I think, God, that just sounds terrible. I wish I didn't use that word. We need to pull the right levers to make this month happen or whatever. And it's just like,
There's so many business cliche things.
There is.
and I use them, and I
In
have
the
to admit,
weeds.
yeah, oh yes,
Let's unpack this.
yes, yeah, and I find myself using them not on purpose. They just kind of come out, and I'm like, oh, that was.
I
Just,
hate in meetings when someone's like, "Let's take this offline," and I'm like,
Right.
"We're not online. We're in
Exactly.
person. First of all,
we're sitting here across the table from each other.
what? That one drives me nuts.
There's some of these.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like I said,
My mind wanders.
Yeah,
I do use some of those, and every time I do it, I think, God, that just sucked. I should have done that.
Take
It's
that
just-
back.
But I do it, and it
Look
just
what
kind of
we've
rolls
become.
out, right?
7:30. Should we take a break, Peter?
Let's do it.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Look at you go. You're just ready like that. All right, we'll be right back, folks.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Ahoy, morning breathers. Welcome back to Thursday's Morning Breath. It's always much more attractive in here on Thursdays. Not because of you, Peter. The glorious Greta's here.
Oh, that makes sense.
So we got some people that are Mount Pleasant connections that are all about Gucci's Backdoor. Jeff has been to Gucci's Backdoor. Jimmy knows where it is, of course, but Jimmy says it closed down after we left because they didn't have.
Just couldn't survive.
They couldn't survive.
Nobody knew the code.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't us. So the owner, who's a great lady, Judy, and I can't think of Judy's last name, but she would get on kicks where she'd just be like, 9 o'clock at night, full bar. She'd stand up on the bar stool and she'd just go, "All right, we're closing. We're done."
She's like, I'm over it. I'm going home.
But the people she liked, there'd be like a group
stay.
of 5 or 10 of us that would stay in the bar. She'd kick everybody else out. And like 5 or 10 people would stay. And she had an apartment upstairs. And so sometimes we'd just stay and then we just, like 10 of us would crash on our floor. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was fun.
Memories.
So,
Mems.
anyway, I don't know why. Ray knows where Gucci's is. He was a bartender there. Right after I turned 21, I went to Judy and I said, "Hey, can I check IDs?" And she didn't always check IDs, but whatever. She didn't always have somebody carding at the door.
You wanted to be
Yeah.
the bouncer?
So
Bouncer
here
boy.
I was, and I said, "Well, can I have a beer while I'm doing this?" She goes, "Yeah, whatever." So anyway, I did, and I had probably more beers than I should have. Than while I was checking IDs, and anyway, at the end of the night, I went to get paid. And they said, "You owe $4." I'm like, oh, come on.
Dang it.
That's not bad, though.
Yeah, no.
Think about
no,
that.
I had quite a few
$4,
beers for $4, and I had
hey.
for only
That
$4.
was back when
but-
beers were probably $1.50.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, I lost money on my job at Gucci's.
That's great.
I only did
That's
it
funny.
a couple times, probably because I was drinking too much. But whatever.
That's funny. All right, you got some fun list over there. or
Yeah,
something?
so we've talked about some of these before, but it just always fascinates me every time I see this pop up. So some of these we've talked about, some of them we probably haven't. But everyday tasks that we just don't do anymore. We used to do, especially you and I, Tim, and maybe Greta and Peter also, but things that you just don't do anymore. Like we don't memorize phone numbers anymore.
No, though I still have a lot in my brain
Yeah.
from when I was younger.
I had,
really?
Yeah, like my friends' home phones. I could probably still dial some of them.
I couldn't.
And my home phone, which doesn't
Well,
exist
Ray's
anymore.
phone number when we were kids, 8705 was the last 4 numbers, and I have no idea what Ray's phone number is now. It's just programmed in, right?
Yeah, right,
So,
exactly.
Yeah, clueless.
Clueless.
So, use a phone book.
Every time we get those in the mail, I'm like, why do we have these?
Yeah,
I still use them.
You do?
I know. I've told this story before, but Bailey, my youngest daughter, she was applying for a job and she had to have a reference, and we got somebody from town here, but we didn't have his number. Had to put his number, his address. So I said, look it up in the phone book, and she's like, the what? And so I showed her. I got a phone book out, and we looked it up. And her mind was absolutely blown. She goes, "You mean there's a book that has everybody's address and phone number in it?" And I said, "You're looking at it." She's like, "How does that?" She couldn't fathom it. Have you used a phone book, Peter?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder how many people actually do have landlines, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they don't have
Can't
a
be many.
no.
No.
I haven't had one for 15 years or more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Figuring out math in your head.
Oh no.
Oh no, that's strong reaction.
No.
Why?
I can't do math in general. So. I mean, real quick, easy math, yeah, but
What do you do when they give you the wrong change at the grocery line? Or
oh no, I have no idea.
you wouldn't. You don't.
I don't
figure
even
it
money
out?
and you walk away.
I also don't use cash, so
Oh, no,
very often.
that's right. I am a dinosaur.
Actually, that's on the list. Carry the cash.
Yeah.
Things people don't do anymore.
That's
Carry
me.
cash.
That's me. I
Yeah.
had somebody tell me yesterday that Bitcoin will be the currency of the future within 10 years. I don't know about that.
I don't know either. I went to a football game at Northwestern. I was playing Northwestern. So at Northwestern, which is a pretty prestigious school, pretty smart school, got something at the concession stand, and I can't remember what the totals were, but there's I assume a student at Northwestern working to stand, and I needed like $1.50 change. I gave him it was like $8.50, and I gave him a $10 bill. He could not figure it out.
Oh my God.
Could not figure it out. And I finally said $1.50. And I think he still punched it in the calculator to verify it. And it's like,
Yeah.
That's an easy one, but
Well, yeah, because I do a lot of cash, and that you don't get it counted back, which is the best way to do it, right? If it's
yeah,
that's how you that's how you can figure it out.
$8.50 and you
Yeah.
give them 10.
yeah.
There's
it's
50 makes 9.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm doing that my entire life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I do that in my head
So
every time, so I'm not shorted.
Yeah.
figure out
Gotta
math in
make
your
sure.
head. So call and ask somebody, where are you? Because you don't call somebody anymore and ask where they are. You kind of, a lot of these tracking apps or whatever, but we used to, when we were kids, cruise the square in Centerville. We had no idea where anybody was.
Didn't matter.
You went
You
on the
didn't find
square and you just drove around until you saw somebody, and then you'd pull into the middle and flash your lights at them, and they'd pull over, and that's how you'd figure out what you're doing for that
Yeah,
night.
we kind of did that in high school. We would cruise the fours when the town used to
They
have
were
4
fours.
lanes, and then we'd pull into the which is Goodwill now.
Yeah.
Parking lot and hang out there.
Yeah.
But
we had a square.
we also had phones, so we could call, but it's kind of a combo.
Yeah, well, we had no phones.
We had no phones.
No way to figure it out. You just pulled in and just, all right, see what's happening
Yeah.
tonight. So, tell time with hands on a clock.
You can do that right now.
Can do.
Make photo albums because we all have them on our phones. Have a CD, tape, or record collection. Speaking of the question we had yesterday about unknowable things, facts that we'd like to know, how many? I've had records, I've had tapes, I've had CDs, and now it's all in digital. Now I got nothing. So how many times have I bought the same damn song?
That's a good one.
At
yeah.
least that many.
Yeah. So make a mixtape. And even one step further is you try to get it off the radio. So you'd wait till the song pops on the radio, and you had to wait for the stupid.
Then what
So
did you
hard
do?
to do. It
So-
was so hard to
you
do.
had to. So you'd have to wait. You had the song, you had a blank tape, you had it all queued up, the record, and pause. And so you'd wait for it to come on the radio, which of course you didn't know when
Yeah.
that was coming. And then you had to, because all those guys, the DJs talk right up till the song starts. So you had to wait until they stopped talking and hit pause and it'd record. And then you had to catch it at the end. And
Oh
pause
my
it again.
gosh.
It was a lot of work to make them make.
It was.
That sounds like a lot. We just had LimeWire and give you a virus.
Exactly. Exactly. We
We
had
at least
to,
could download it.
we had to wait on the radio. Call a theater to get movie times, record TV shows on a VCR, watch shows when they broadcast live instead of streaming, send a handwritten letter, which I haven't done forever and ever.
I haven't either.
I do that occasionally.
Look up spelling words in a dictionary.
Oh no, I couldn't tell you last time I did that.
Yeah.
They got one on the computer, don't they?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
sure do.
You don't even have to go to dictionary.com. You just type in the word and it kind of just pops up. Use a phone booth, payphone.
They're hard to find.
I don't think I've ever used a
They're hard to
payphone.
find.
We had them in the schools. That's how you called for your ride home or whatever. You had to do a payphone from the school. Yeah. So anyway, and get your old checks back from the bank every month. Used to, every time you wrote a check, which now we don't even write checks anymore, but everything used to be by check, and they would. You still do. Well, I
have a few bills
I
that
think
are
I have
check.
one that's still a check, but they used to send. I mean, you'd have 50 checks a month, and they'd send them all back to you.
Why?
Because for your
Just, you
records.
could see your canceled check.
Yeah, you could see your canceled
Huh.
check. Yep.
It was like the way banking was done.
Yep.
Interesting.
There was usually little holes in it because they ran it through.
And
the
did you
machine.
balance your checkbook?
Yep.
Used to.
Yep.
I used to do it way back in the day, but
Yeah. Well, they used to send
Mom
your
taught me, but
send your canceled checks back to you.
interesting.
And I know we're starting to get long, but the one thing that we were talking about, and I heard this the other day on a podcast, a cigarette lighter in a car.
Oh yeah.
So the funny story this guy was telling, and he's about the same age I am, but every car had a cigarette lighter, but not only did it have a cigarette lighter, every seat in the car had an ashtray.
Oh,
Yeah, so in the armrest usually, like in the back seat, in the front it was in the middle like they normally
Yeah,
do. But in
yeah.
the back seats, every armrest had a cigarette. And he said he had, when he was a kid, his parents had a station wagon, which is clearly a family car. And it was a 3-row, and in the back row of the station wagon, they had another seat that was turned and it faced backwards. He said, clearly that's for children
Yeah.
to sit back there, and there's an
Ashtray.
ashtray back there.
Need an ashtray.
Yep.
they need it. Maybe put their little toys on it.
And he was also talking about smoking rooms in high schools for even kids that would smoke, like 18-year-olds maybe that smoke in high school. I never had one of those, but
I could have been.
I know the hospital had a room like back in the day,
Yeah.
a smoking room.
yeah.
So we were talking about that the other day. I'm like, that's
Airplanes, every
Wild.
seat in an airplane had an ashtray.
The airplanes was miserable.
Yeah.
To fly because
Just
Everybody
filled with
was
fill the
smoke.
whole thing. Yeah, that would
it was
suck.
horrible.
Yep.
It was bad, but you didn't think anything about it.
Yep.
I mean, that was the worst. You could go in a casino, and that is a breath of fresh air compared to an
An
airplane.
airplane
Yeah.
full of smoke.
Jeez, that was
Yeah.
bad. Interesting stuff.
That was a
for
blast from the
sure.
past.
Yeah.
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 I have lighters and ashtrays in my 6-door
Well,
long car.
it's probably an older car though, right? Yeah.
2002,
Oh, well. I don't know when they stopped doing that. All the ashtrays and the cigarette lighters.
and I got a lighter.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Does it still work?
Yeah,
Yeah. There you go.
hell yeah, so cool. I had vivid memories of like mom and dad lighting that thing up and burning one in the car.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, 7:42. We better take a break because we've got to get set for the day. We'll be right back, folks.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Nope.
Oh, hoy, morning breathers. Welcome back. I was ready for you. Peter, you're still learning.
I just want to make sure.
Still learning.
Make sure.
Only one time you caught me.
I did.
That I
did.
wasn't really paying attention. But almost always I pay attention.
Almost
Almost
always.
always.
Almost always.
Almost.
That's better than never.
It's honest.
True.
That's an honest answer.
Hey, let's get set for the day, boss man Matt.
All right, let's get set for the day. It is Thursday, January the 9th. It is 7:45 a.m. Episode 226.
Did you know that you could see Venus very clearly at the evenings, southwest?
I did not know.
It
Even
is-
if I knew and I looked, I still wouldn't know what I was looking at.
Unbelievably bright. Last night I saw it. It's just huge.
What does it look like?
It's
Like a star?
Like a big star.
Oh, okay.
You can't miss it.
I'll have to look.
Look to the southwest.
All right. Good tip.
Through all of January. And I think there's another planet, I don't know what it is, Saturn or something, underneath it. and then they'll eventually switch places.
Interesting.
There was a really cool program on Iowa Public Television last night about black holes.
Oh,
Tim is
all right.
pumped.
He
about
It
is.
is so way above my head. I cannot.
outer space.
I saw a graphic about the length of a day. So on Earth, it's 24 hours, but like on Jupiter, one of these planets, it's like the equivalent of 252 of our days is one day on Jupiter, just because of the rotation of it.
Big.
It's big, and it rotates slowly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Matt. I interrupted.
That's okay. You interrupt. That never happens.
I'm shocked.
Temperature right now in
it
Fairfield
came to
14,
mind.
Mount Pleasant 13, and Washington 13. Partly cloudy today, high of 33 and a low of 24. Today's headlines from the SoutheastIowaUnion.com. Fairfield Chamber seeks funding to repair Central Park ornaments. The Mount Pleasant team was arrested after a chase through city limits. That's kind of a
What?
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting little
What
story.
the what? Okay.
I'm not going to give it away, but it's kind of an interesting
go
little
check
story.
that out.
Yeah.
Foot chase.
Well, no, it was started as a car chase. It ended as a foot chase. There was some hijinks in the middle, multiple charges. Alcohol may have been involved.
Dang it.
Yeah. And speaking of pancakes, we were talking about it over the break. The pancakes flip and tables fill at the Washington Fire Department fundraiser, which was
It's delicious.
yesterday.
I missed it.
Anyway, if you want more information about this and a lot of other stories, go to SoutheastIowaUnion.com or check out today's Southeast Iowa Union. Sports tonight, Washington travels to Mount Pleasant for bowling.
You know, I get a paper every day.
I know you do. You're right there on the front. It's sitting right there. Big picture of the fire department.
Look at that.
Yep. Fairfield Girls Wrestling will be in Ottumwa for a tournament. Washington Boys and Girls Wrestling will be in Fort Madison. Fairfield Boys Wrestling will be in Keokuk. And Mount Pleasant Boys and Girls Wrestling will be in Montezuma.
This is a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
This is all today?
It's all today.
Okay.
Speaking of Montezuma, but basketball, so they got a pretty good little basketball team, and they played Centerville the other night, and where I grew up. And boys team, kid dropped 54.
Whoa.
He dropped.
He
50.
dropped.
Can't say that. Can't say that anymore.
He was standing on business in that game.
50. Yeah, he was.
The Montezuma kid?
The Montezuma kid dropped.
God, was anyone playing defense or what
Well,
was going on there?
I don't know. And yeah, he was about the only one that scored because they
Score
Montezuma
was
won.
56 to 1.
No, yeah, no, something like that. But Montezuma won
Wow.
by 10, I think. But he 54 points. 54 or 52, one of those two, but still. This day in history, on this day in 2001, Apple launched iTunes for the computer, and later that year they launched the iPod.
I remember the iPod.
Yeah, 24 years ago.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
I remember when that came out because I thought that was so cool, and I didn't have to switch my CDs. And
Yep. Jeff says Snowmageddon in Arkansas tomorrow, so
Yeah, there's a
Good
big
luck.
storm going down through
south.
there.
yeah,
Look out.
look out.
It's going to just shut them down because they're not prepared.
Yeah, they're not ready
Never.
for it.
Wasn't that a thing about the Cotton Bowl on Saturday?
Yes.
That they were thinking about moving it because of the storm?
I don't think they were moving it, but I think they were warning people that were coming because it's Ohio State, right? That's going to, Texas and playing Texas, so they know it. But they were trying to warn Ohio State people, look, it's supposed to get a little bit of snow. You'll be fine, but the people down here have
They
no
are
clue
not
what
fine.
they're doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so you're right. I don't think they were talking about moving it. They were just putting out warnings like it might get crazy because nobody knows what the hell they're doing.
No.
Greta, you want a random joke, a random quote, or a random fact?
Ooh, let's go random fact.
Random fact. During World War II, a young actress decided to boost morale by attempting to kiss 10,000 young soldiers. She kissed 733 the first day, and then no report on what happened after that.
She went missing.
She's just like, okay, that's it.
Yeah, she found the love of her life. I'm out of here.
Or she's like, I'm not kissing another one of these.
784.
That's a lot of kisses.
It's a
Yeah.
lot
That's
of
a long
kisses.
way from 10,000,
Yep,
folks.
it's a long way from 10,000.
Do you think she bit off more than she could
I
chew
think
there?
she did. She said she's going to kiss 10,000. She
That's
made
a lot.
733.
Was it a famous or just some random girl?
It just says a young actress. I don't know who it was,
Oh.
but so she was an actress, and she got
Interesting.
plenty of publicity, and we're still talking about it 50 years later.
Yeah,
But,
look at her.
yeah.
You go, girl.
Well, really? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Good stuff. That's all I'm going to say. You have anything to add?
Oh, me?
Yeah. Do you have anything to add?
I think we're all good, man.
Okay.
I'm ready to play this out.
We're going to play it out. Thank you all for joining today. Thank you all for commenting. All kinds of stuff going on, whether it's wrestling or college football. Missed the pancake feed. That was yesterday. But there's good thing coming.
There is.
So we'll be back tomorrow. Hope you have a great Thursday. See you tomorrow.